the president actually had to issue an apology. Just a couple days ago, he had to apologize to Kamala Harris, who is the California Attorney General, and he called her the, quote, the best looking Attorney General, and then women's groups were up in arms because, you know, this is sexualizing her and they've worked so hard to gain equality, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. I feel I must start with the woman here. To me, this seems a little, there's something a little disingenuous about this because everyone wants to be appreciated for how they look. If they look good, you want to get credit for that. He said you look good. He didn't say, oh, that dumpy woman over there. You know what I mean? So take it away.
I love this topic. And, you know, just so you guys know the full context, he prefaced it by basically telling her how incredibly accomplished, strong, intelligent she is. He said everyone in the room has to watch out for her because she's so great, this and that.
I have that all here. I just didn't want to focus. I was getting right to the hooks.
No, but I think that it's important to put it in context because had he just said, hey, everyone, Kamala Harris, she's super hot, like, let's give her a round of applause, like, that's different. That's belittling her accomplishments. But in that case, he basically called her the full package. Like, she's intelligent, she's accomplished, she's everything that you could possibly want, and she's attractive. And honestly, if someone had said that to me, if the President of the United States had said that to me, I would lose it. Like, in a good way.
Good lose it.
Like, good lose it. Like, I would be so unbelievably flattered. So I get it. I get that feminists don't want women, the accomplishments of women to be belittled, but I don't think that's what he was doing here.
Yeah, and also they've now shown many clips where he's given awards to men where he says, oh, this is the best looking guy in the room, or look how handsome he is, or he's awful tall, look at his hair. Yeah. What do you think?
First of all, that was a great breakdown, Anna, and you are beautiful when you break something down.
Well, thank you. I am good at breaking things down.
You know, it's really, I get that you don't want to sexualize a woman, especially, you know, in that kind of setting, and you don't want to, but you know, at the same time, you can't take the boy out of the thing and the thing out of the boy, right? So he's still going to be a human being, and she is attractive, and it's like, so we have to pretend that isn't going on. I don't know. I'm not a woman, and it's tougher in the workplace for a woman than it is for a man. So I don't really know what to say about it. But all I know is that it makes men. That's when you get that. Well, remember they would just talk about the white guy backlash.
Yeah.
Right. So that's like. So now I can't even tell a woman she's pretty. What is this, Russia? You know. So it gets that kind of thing stirring up in men. I'm saying something nice, and I'm getting in trouble for saying. There's nothing I can do. So it starts to make certain men feel like they're damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't.
Yeah. And so. An interesting thing has happened in society that I'm not like too happy about, and I know that a lot of women are comfortable with this. They would prefer to have it this way, but sometimes I like getting a compliment about the way I look from my male peers, you know, and I wouldn't be offended by it, but a lot of women out there would be offended by it. So like sometimes when I put extra effort, like I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna really focus on the blush today, or whatever it is, you know. I like it when someone notices and says like, hey Anna, I noticed your haircut. But it's crazy because we've created an environment now where guys are afraid to tell women that they're attractive. And I don't think that was what the goal was in the beginning. The goal was to prevent sexual harassment from guys like grabbing you and saying things that were degrading to you.
Yeah, how much of this do you think is just because we have these advocacy groups, you know, there's women's advocacy groups, there's, you know, GLAAD for gays, there's PETA, all this stuff, where they're in the business of having to wrangle feathers, otherwise they're out of business. I mean, it really is a money thing for them too. They sort of had to say something about this because this is their bread and butter.
Kind of ironic that PETA was ruffling feathers. That's kind of like, but even then, Rush Limbaugh says it's the gay mafia who's turning, and you know, the gay mafia.
Oh yeah,
they make you an offer you can't refuse because it's so fabulous. Right? They give you the kiss of death. They use tongue and a reach around. Come on.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
So, I know. I've got jokes ready.
We need a rim shot.
Thank you, bro. Hey, watch your mouth.
Oh my goodness.
I walked right into that.
This is a clean show. Clean show.
All right. Well, I think we cleared that one up, don't you?
Yeah. So, but that again, that's another. You kind of you get to backlash against the good thing you're trying to do, and then it gets turned into a negative thing, which is weird.
Yeah. Do you think we just live in this overly apologetic society? I mean, is it crazy that the president? I know he didn't have to apologize here, but he did. He just came out and did it immediately just to end this thing. But is it sad that we live in that society?
That, don't you think that diminishes when there really is
yes.
Sexual harassment. I think it diminishes the thing. That's like, so now when someone is actually aggrieved or somebody does something wrong, now it's going to be kind of in a gray area because, well, he just said she was pretty. Is it one of those things?
Yeah, and the irony, I think, in this particular case with Obama, we've never had a president and a first lady who so much of their image it really is based on how they look. She's beautiful. They're always seen in perfect clothes, perfectly smiling. You know, they have their own press corps basically that releases all the official pictures of them. So much of it is based in looks. And then he made one little silly comment, but
I think it hurts feminism.
I agree with you 100%. I think that when you take situations like, for instance, Seth MacFarlane at the Oscars, and you say that Seth MacFarlane is sexist, that belittles actual cases of sexism. That is not a case of sexism, and I think that this is another example of that. He couldn't have complimented her in a better way. He talked about all of her accomplishments. He really emphasized that, and then in the very end, he said, she's good looking. Yeah. Big deal.
Jimmy, you're right. She's very pretty when she makes a point. Okay. Bonobos.com is the official outfitter of the Rubin Report. Enter code TRR20 for 20% off your first purchase.